How's everything for you?
Everything's good. I'm happy to be back. We've been so busy with trips to Dubai and the Nordic Roaster. No, it was the Nordic Coffee Festival, but we were very involved in the Nordic Roaster competition, which was lovely. And then just like orders, stuff, new coffees. So it's nice to sort of be back, and the roaster is not on, which is unusual.
You're like, we should really record a podcast.
Yes,
we should.
Yeah.
We have we got a text message from a customer of ours, and he said like, you have huge news every day kind of thing. And it's like,
Yes.
We just had a release together with an office company here in Sweden. So now we can get Standout Coffee to like premium offices. More on that later. As you mentioned, we were in Dubai. It was a super, super interesting and cool trip together with Blue Water and the team from them. Yeah. They won Best New Product in show. That was cool.
For the water filtration system. Yeah, very impressive.
And then I was off for the sports holiday. You went down to Gothenburg.
And it was fantastic. We had a wonderful sort of platform to brew coffee on, and then we had invited some of our friends. We invited Lance from Say Coffee in Brooklyn, and we invited Paul from Special Guest in London, and they brewed together with us, and we had so many people just come up and love the coffees, and it was fantastic.
Yeah. We didn't win the competition this year. We won it last year, but we scored very well. We had Juan Jimenez, I think.
Yes.
And then Indonesian coffee, the mandatory coffee. Yeah, that was tasting good, of what I've heard. Yeah. So super excited, and thanks for everyone at organizing the festival. It's a great thing coming back every year.
Yeah, we're also heavily featured this week in Tokyo. So it's the Scandinavian Festival, and I, who runs Fika Fabriken, is featuring our coffees, and they're making semlas. So that's huge in Tokyo.
That's cool. And here in Stockholm, the scene is growing. Now you can drink our coffee at Krummel, which is super exciting. We have some nice espressos there and their cookies. Storbageriet, Gast, AB Café.
Convendum. Julia, one of the most ambitious baristas in Sweden. She's placed second at the Latte Art Championship a couple of years now. She is serving basically exclusively our coffees at a central location in Stockholm.
So on the question, where can we drink your coffee when we are in Stockholm? We have a really solid answer now, which is super exciting. Yeah. Talking about wholesale partners, that's one of the reasons we were like, we should really sit down and have a chat about this. It's that we launched our new business-to-business platform on our e-commerce site. This could become a little bit geeky and in depth when I talk about our store. Yeah, but I love it. And
but just to sort of set the scene, we half of our business is straight to consumers, so coffee lovers in 80 plus countries. But half of our business is we sell wholesale to coffee bars all over. We usually talk about like coffee bars in 45 countries are regularly brewing our coffees all over the world. But we've been emailing out a price list, PDF. People write back like,
old style.
Yeah, very old style. But you're not old style. You're new school. So what's the
So the new thing is that customers can now first of all register online to acquire our wholesale credentials or whatever you call it. You get access when you are okayed by us. You can now log in. You get all the prices, wholesale prices directly online. You see the inventories. You can order anything you want. We have shipping limits, and everything is fully integrated. And it's something that I wanted to do for many, many years now. It's a quite big commitment for us. We are on the Shopify platform. And this is called like their enterprise model. For anyone interested, please, I'm happy to help out and see my experience. There's stuff like within Europe, you have like reverse charge of VAT, and outside Europe, it's not, and things like that. There's a lot of things that needs to be working, and a lot of things working very, very well. So there's many clients of ours that already are now on the platform, and it's an amazing experience just to kind of wake up in the morning and you see there's like simple coffee in Paris, or I don't know, Godshot on Scotland, placing orders online, and we can now focus more on releasing amazing coffees, get that information out more than like, here's the list kind of thing. So now when we talk about business to consumer point of view, the store has been open 24/7. You can go in any day, any time of the day and place your orders. But for wholesale clients, it's been like, they rely on the list that you kind of send out, and people stuff sell out. And also maybe like it's low on stock, or maybe there's a price change or stuff like that. Now everything is 100% transparent. You can go in, you can see everything, you can place your order. The good thing is when the order comes in, we still have time to review it, because stuff happens. We work with a living product, and things can happen, things can sell out. But then we can like review the order, we get it into the same system, we get it on the table, we can just give them a thumbs up that your order is now fulfilled and everything is ready, get the shipping, everything is automated. So we really think this is a super good foundation for us to grow into more business to business sales.
No, I mean, because the language you've been using is like, it's seamless, and it's so true. And we've had a sort of a back and forth conversation about doing this or not, and it was, in actuality, a no-brainer. Of course, we're doing this. The previous system, which still exists, is like you can email or direct message us an order, and we'll make it happen.
Yes.
But previously, that was the only system, and it would entail like, hey, I saw the coffee's on the list, but maybe it was a list from 3 weeks ago,
or 3 months.
Or 3 months ago sometimes. And then I'd have to say, yes, but, this coffee is sold out, but I suggest this. Yeah. And there's always been like a back and forth. Now you can just immediately see, like, log in, and basically what the wholesale client will see is exactly what the direct to consumer sees, just different pricing.
Different prices. There's some limits. We say 6 kilos minimum. And also on the jars, there's like, you have to order 4 of them.
Yes.
So you don't just become a client and then order 1 jar for a better price. Right. So everyone who's interested, just send us an email or just click the link below so you get to the form, the registration page. Yeah. And when we get it in, we will take it from there.
Yeah.
And also a thing that you talked about earlier is a client in New York that she said like, I'd love to order, but I only have the limited time when I'm on the bus kind of thing. Yeah. And to open your price list is just a hassle on the mobile. Now we have like 70+% of all our traffic is through mobile. So now everything is like seamlessly mobile first built.
So whether you are a coffee lover, enthusiast, or if you're you run a cafe, you can just go on your phone, place the order, and you'll see the latest prices, the latest updates, the latest inventory, and so on.
So that's cool. Talking about inventory, let's go through the coffees we have at the moment, because last year we released like 70+ coffees, and I just sent out a newsletter about like, it's such a journey and like time flies, and sometimes you just need to stop and like, what do we have on the shelf at the moment?
And before we look at the coffees, I also want to say at the Nordic Coffee Roaster, there was a group or a panel discussion, and I did mention that we released 70-ish coffees last year, and some of the other roasters were a little bit surprised. And I think that our business model is a bit different than many others, and we're really releasing a lot of new coffees because we run out. We will have a coffee by Linarco Rodriguez, and we will sell it until we don't have any more, and then it's time to release a new coffee. And so,
but it's also an active choice because
yes.
we see like the growth of our company, the growth in volume, and it's very like it's going in the right direction. So we could say like expectations for this year would be these amount of tons of coffee. Let's buy 4 different coffees. Yes, like X tons each, and then that's our lineup. Many companies that I look up to do that. Like I think Coffee Collective is still like running their like they core farms, which I really appreciate. But I think like our business model also thrives on what's the latest. So
yes, but I also should say many of the coffees that we release, there does not exist 4 tons of that coffee.
No.
There are 5 bags or 1 bag or 20 bags. Yes. But
and it's fun.
And it is fun. Yes, we like new coffees and we like news and new releases but another thing that was in the newsletter is about the new design.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about? The conversation was we're such a small and agile company, so we can constantly tweak, which is a very like organic process, which I think.
And time is something that you don't have unlimited of. So sometimes like we release the new jar or the new box, and we kind of love it. But then there's like small tweaks and stuff that we want to do, but it takes time because you have to do stuff like this, or just clean the floors, or I don't know, buy new coffees. So one thing that I've been thinking of was the tactile finish of our label, which was kind of glossy before, and I really wanted it. Now we can become technical again. I really wanted it to be like matte.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we are using thermal printing for our labels, which is a very efficient and economic way of making good-looking labels because you work with heat instead of like print colors, color patterns. So now we are experimenting with a white label that is matte in finish, and we tweak the design. So best is just to go online and check them out. We took some nice new product photos, and I said to you like, the line in the background between the brown and the bluish color is kind of off.
Yeah.
And then we realized it's just lively and nice, the hand is coming in. We're kind of working with go online and see them. So we still have all the information on the jar. It's just a tweaked design, and it's...
But also the matte finish of the label is more like the matte finish on the box.
Yes.
And so it's more cohesive and really nice.
Yeah. And the glossiness should be the jar.
Yes.
That's kind of the thing. Yeah. So let's can you talk us to our current lineup of coffees?
And the thing is, like, it's super interesting because when we said like let's go through the coffees, I took down the jars and the boxes and sort of like to have them here, and I realized that it's sort of half a mix of producers that we've worked with a couple of times or maybe a couple of years, and then new stuff, very much like our conversation. We like new coffees. We're always looking for really, really good stuff. So, for example, Don Gregorio, this is a coffee, again, from Huila, a really, really nice washed pink bourbon. And I could easily say this about all our coffees. It's one of my favorites. But it's such a high quality coffee. It's so good. And and this is a new producer that we have not worked with before, and an incredibly lovely surprise how amazing it was. While the Gatomboya from Kenya, from Nyeri, is a coffee that we've had previously, and it's a coffee that you and I have known for almost 15 years, because this region, it just produces such amazing coffees, and the AA sort of size this year, it's been fantastic. And I keep sort of referring it, sometimes I talk about like Colombian coffees are almost Kenyan in their style or in their high quality. And this is a Kenyan coffee, which is almost a bit Colombian in its sophistication. Really.
And that is running low.
Yes. Yeah, we don't have much more.
So it's a good thing to know.
Running low. And then I want to talk about one of our more approachable coffees, which is like super solid, really a great coffee. And it's also one of our espresso options, which is washed Gatura, and we call it volcanic soil. It's, I would say, like really clean. There's like caramel, there's some milk chocolate, but also hints of fruit going on.
High quality acidity notes as espresso. It's really, really good.
Yes, and yes, we've been brewing it as espresso, both here and at your home. And it's a really amazing espresso, and this is the espresso that I think a couple of our wholesale clients bought lots and lots of, and it's super amazing, both as an espresso but also as a milk beverage. And it's grown at 2,000 meters above sea level, so the quality of the acidity is like really fantastic. Good. Am I going too fast?
I think you're not going too fast because we promised the episode to be under 29 minutes.
Yes.
So you have exactly like
so La Murala. Last year we had La Murala's version of a Pink Bourbon, which was really, really nice. This year they released a Papayo. It's again like a classic washed, very slight fermentation. Basically, they harvest the cherries and then there is a open air fermentation just because you don't pulp the coffees in the middle of the night. You do it the next morning. So slight fermentation, which, here we're talking about aerobic, not anaerobic, but aerobic. And a wonderful example of the Papayo variety and just like crisp, amazing.
Super good.
Yesterday, I should say, Veronica and I did a cupping of her whole range, and we were really nitpicking, like, oh, this could be this, let's try to do this. And then in the end, I said, one thing that we forgot to say is like, it's all tasting amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
I have to say we're very happy. So this is the coffee that we competed at the Nordic Roaster with, and we scored very, very well. It's again, I think this is the third time we're roasting Juan's Pink Bourbon, and it's just an amazing really good coffee. He's won a number of local competitions, like not Cup of Excellence or Best of, but like in the regional competition, he's won a bunch, and he's just recognized as
super solid coffee.
Super very, solid, very and again, one of my favorites. Here we go with not only beautiful design, but also a very, very exciting coffee. This is like the top tier in our specialty range now. The Rosado, we had it last year. And this is an anaerobic fermented coffee, but then washed, the Rosado. And
so it's crazy, but not over crazy.
Right, exactly. and very often, we keep really buying coffees that are either slightly or a little bit more fermented and then washed because you get a little bit of both. It's so elegant. There's passion fruit, papaya, white peach. This is like a really, really sophisticated coffee, and a couple of our wholesale clients are using it on batch.
I had it as espresso as well. It's
as espresso,
really good. Really good. Yeah.
Very exciting.
Through competition, coffee in the taste palette.
Yeah.
So I know baristas in Sweden are looking into it for the Barista Cup.
For the Barista Championship. I mean, this would do really well in a Brewers Cup competition as well. It's just really amazing. Do I have time for competition coffees? Yes. Okay, so we're running low on the Linarco Rodriguez Mosto and Panela Honey Panela competition coffee. We've been selling it for a while, and we had it as our competition subscription a couple of months ago. Sort of selling out of this in this format for now. A coffee that is this month's competition subscription is a Thermal Shock Washed Geisha by Edinson Nargote. This is a coffee that we also had last year, or we had a coffee by the same producer last year. This is not the same variety. this is also Edison Nargote, but we have not really released it. We've released it sort of a pre-release to one of our wholesale accounts that ordered 10 kilos. We're very excited about that. But this is the Sidra and this is the Geisha. It's again a thermal shock. The Geisha here is yeast inoculated in the anaerobic fermentation tank and then thermal shock washed. This is like, the best coffee in the world. So it's scores so highly. It would do amazingly in any competition format. You get both such intensity and then
today
clarity.
It's the 13th. We shipped it like 7-8 days ago.
Yeah.
So I think it really should be landing globally now on to our subscribers, which is super cool.
I also brought this out because
I had an espresso this morning. Oh my God. It's so good.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So, we always keep trying to do experiments with the capsules. Now we both have a more classic but quite elegant Brazilian natural process cutaway. But the washed Pink Bourbon by Leonardo Rodriguez is really, really nice.
Such a flavor explosion.
In the capsule format. Super happy about that.
And the thing is, we roasted this coffee. We got it into capsules. We got it back. But now, like a few weeks later, it's still like super fresh for being a capsule.
Yeah.
I think it also needs some time to rest.
Yes.
So it's really tasting good.
And we shipped out hundreds of boxes to a couple of wholesale clients of both the Brazilian and this Pink Bourbon.
So I think we have a quite solid lineup of coffees. We are waiting for some new competition coffees to arrive. So that lineup of coffees will grow.
Yes.
We have specialty coffees, but we still want to be like not having too many because that would just be a logistic.
Yes. So now at the moment we have 6 coffees in our specialty lineup. We will very likely go back down to 4 or 5, something like that.
I think that's the range we should be.
Yes. Sometimes we, are so eager to release something, we, throw something off.
And sometimes coffees are booked by either clients or competing baristas, and then they're like, didn't go through, or they were like, I didn't use everything, and then we can like back release it with a few more kilos. Like the Geisha we had, it sold out very quickly, but then we got like the opportunity to release 30 more jars or something like that. And then like 2 hours later.
They were sold out.
Yeah, we're sold out.
And we've had that Geisha, but also some of the other coffees. We always have people direct messaging us like, please, can I have this or that coffee?
And that's part of the game. Like that's like, if you snooze, you lose kind of thing. And I think that's also what makes Standout kind of fun, because we release new coffees. They are in low stock, most of them, and they are around for like 1 or 2 or 3 months maybe in the most.
Yes,
so,
at the most.
Yeah, at the most. Yeah. So sometimes like a week.
Yes.
So,
and we're going to release in the specialty coffee lineup, we're going to release a couple of coffees from Ecuador, but they're going to be extremely limited. So we're really talking you snooze, you lose, because they're going to sell out in like a day or 2, which is great.
That's nice.
And very like
boring for some others.
Yes.
Cool. To wrap this up, new business-to-business login potential online. Just go to our registration page, fill out the form. I'll get a notification. We will activate your account. Then you're kind of ready, but we follow up with some more information. We have a really solid lineup of coffees at the moment, so go in. And the spring in Sweden is... We had summer last week. Now it's fully snow again, which is terrible, but it's slowly coming. So we look forward to that. Anything else before we wrap this up?
That's it.
Yeah, let's turn on the roaster.
Turn on the roaster and do some cupping.
Yeah, cool.